Just a man on a mission, ambition to never fail. Personality electric, he is animated male. Intelligent and wise, calm and often cool. Chris James giving opinions while also speaking the truth. Empathy and compassion. Stephen Michael is here, helping you through your traumas, helping you with your fears. These three forces combine and keep it honest. Turn up the volume, cause this is the application of knowledge.
Welcome to the Application of Knowledge podcast. I am Animated Mel. We have Chris James with us, and we also have Stephen Michael.
Your boy.
We are in episode 58, I
60.
believe. You just gonna say every number every time?
No, I'm pretty close.
You're about 3 off.
That was my guess. You said 58.
Yeah, we are.
60 is 2 off.
Yeah, a few off. A couple off. Couple off.
And let's keep it.
Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel right now, like this video and all that stuff right now. Make sure you share it with your favorite friends and your favorite family and your favorite relatives and all that stuff right now. And it is waning down to the end
Of the year?
No, Black History Month, man.
Oh, Why? Come on, man. Why are we going back down this road?
my bad, brothers, my bad. I'm just saying, man. You know,
Go ahead and let it fall away quietly.
Also, y'all don't want to talk about some black inventors, some black creators.
No.
Y'all don't want to talk
They're
about.
just creators. They're just
creators.
inventors.
They're just inventors.
I mean,
Race is made up, bro. Why are we?
I don't know, man. You know, because I went to go see Godfrey last week, and he was talking.
came back out?
He's always here.
Yeah,
You just went to go see him again.
He just works a lot.
Yeah, and well, anytime Godfrey's coming, I'm going to see him.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Does he always have new bits when he comes?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's always something new.
yeah. He just be working.
Eddie Griffin was actually here. He's here today. And
Oh, for
yesterday,
real?
But he's sold out. I was like, ah.
I would like to see him.
I want to see him.
He's
too,
a genius, man.
Yeah. He's sold out, but he has like a residency in Vegas. So, you know.
What, you want to go to Vegas?
I do, because Usher's there.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't want to go to Vegas again.
I don't want to go to Vegas for Vegas. I would go to Vegas to see like an event or something like that. You know, I mean, if you're trying to go,
I told you I've been trying to go.
Would you go for boxing?
nah, not boxing. I mean, if it's Floyd
Oh,
or you know someone that's worth seeing, but just boxing, they have boxing events.
What about Jake Paul?
No, I don't care about him.
I would like to see a live boxing match. Like I think that'd be nice.
You ever see one?
No, not in real life. Not like
It's lit.
Yeah, I
Live
would imagine.
fighting is really nice.
Yeah, they had one at the Cowboy AT&T Stadium, and
They have matches up there?
yeah, I remember there was a fight. I think when Anthony used to do boxing.
Anthony used to box? He's probably out there getting his.
train.
I was about to say he used to train.
I was about to say he's out to get slaughtered.
When he used to train boxing, there was this boxer that came to his gym because he had a live event, a live fight going against the redhead Mexican dude. He's like the best fighter.
Canelo?
Yes.
Okay.
He fought against Canelo, and so Anthony bet me money that the dude was going to beat Canelo because dude was at his gym. Oh my God.
Oh, the dude was at Anthony's gym?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
dude
cool.
With the Anthony's gym. And we put some money on us. Like, Canelo's going to whoop his ass.
Ooh.
I said, Canelo's about to put the brakes on him. And so we went to the event.
Did you know it's illegal to bet on boxing matches and stuff like that?
Wait, what?
It's illegal?
It's illegal.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you just committed a crime live on
It is not
camera.
illegal. It is not illegal.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you can bet on any sport.
Yeah, I mean, you can bet on
It is regulated though.
Well, of course.
So
Particularly boxing.
there
Because
is-
of the amount of corruption that I mean, boxing is one of like the forefront leaders of corruption in sports betting. Boxing and
is
baseball.
boxing sports entertainment?
Do you think it is?
I'm
I mean, yeah. I mean,
To a certain
it
degree, for
has
sure.
Any sport that's people get hyped up. They do all these.
all sports are not sports entertainment.
Okay, what sports isn't sports entertainment?
Volleyball.
Well.
Golf.
Volleyball. Golf. Wait, why are you laughing like that? Is it
Well,
not
you gonna say tennis too?
I mean-
all the sports that you don't really watch. People
Cricket.
People mess with volleyball, tennis, golf. Like, these are major sports.
Yeah,
too.
but you said when you say sports entertainment, I know what you're actually saying.
I know you know what I'm saying. I think it's not a particular sport per se. I think it's a country thing.
Okay.
Like, if you go to different countries.
I mean,
not
everything is
sports
influenced here.
entertainment.
Everything is influenced here.
Yeah. I think when you go to different countries, it's not sports entertainment. But on certain platforms, it still has to be. I'm wondering about the Olympics. It has to be rigged. The Olympics have to be rigged.
What, you don't believe in anything,
Man.
do you?
No, I don't.
That's tough.
Like, they have to be rigged.
That's tough. I don't know.
Well, I mean, is that why America's winning everything?
I mean, you got
Easy.
all
Don't
these.
we usually always win?
No,
We
hold on
win.
a second. Now, hold on a
We
second.
get a lot of
America typically wins the most
Medals.
Yeah.
Okay.
most gold.
But you have all of these different countries coming together, different athletes with different laws, right? Like, for example, you can have certain athletes that are, I don't know, I think like Russia, for example, they're allowed to use a certain amount of, like, I'm gonna say drugs, but there's certain things that they
Performance
can.
enhancing.
Yeah, like right, and so weed,
They
for
actually,
example.
I thought they banned them though.
No, it's not drugs or not certain things, but like Shikari Richardson, I think it was her name.
Yeah.
Right, the runner. Weed. So for example, we made her like basically quit. Like she couldn't run the Olympics because weed. But the Olympics said, I mean, it's cool. We don't have a problem with that. So if you have all these different countries and all these different rules and regulations, I don't believe that there's one person or one.
I don't think the Olympics was okay with that
I don't think that they weren't like
because they drug test her, and that's the reason why.
no, they drug tested her, but they said that she had a I think it was like a certain period of time, like it was like, well, you can't run up and for like 3 months or something, and then when it was gonna happen or when the 3 months was gonna be over, she was gonna miss like the first 2 races or something, right? So they weren't okay with it, but their regulation was different. It was less severe. The United States said, no, you can't run at all.
You're not going to be a weed head and represent us.
Correct. So that's just one situation. I'm sure there's a ton others, but in general, I find it very difficult to believe that they could bring all these people together with different backgrounds and then basically get them to play nice. So
What's the name of that organization? The world, it's like that world organization. The NO or what's it called?
oh, the United Nations?
Yeah.
I mean,
What is that? Is that not?
it's a governing body that the countries have put in power and said, here's our power, and you are the governing body.
okay.
But I'm saying, do you think all these athletes from all these different countries are going to play nice?
You have to understand this has nothing to do with the athlete.
Okay, so you're talking about it from a different. I'm thinking from the athlete standpoint.
No, it's from a completely different standpoint.
So you think they're messing with the clocks and stuff?
I think that what's that dude's name? Patriots quarterback.
Tom Brady.
I think Tom Brady was deflating footballs to win, and so I think
Him personally?
whether he personally as the quarterback was, you know what I'm saying, or whether it was being done on his behalf to make sure that he wins.
Amen.
I think that this stuff happened.
He got suspended and he had to pay a fine, but he got a Super Bowl.
For which time?
The
The
Deflategate.
time
I mean, did he get suspended? Because because I don't remember that because he beat the Colts, and that was Deflategate, the second one.
Yeah, he got like suspended
Call it
like
Deflategate?
a few games.
Yeah, they
like,
call it Deflategate.
Several
Right, and then
games.
it stopped us from going. Was it the Super Bowl? It was either a championship or it was a Super Bowl.
No, it definitely was a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Had to be.
like
right. So if he can get away with it, I mean, you should lose your. I mean, I don't know. You should lose your title. I
like
don't know.
bro, like you did because it was snowing and it was wet and he could get a better grip on the ball. Like
You probably should not be able to hold on to your title if you win that way, because you know what I'm saying. Like I mean, people will be up in arms, of course, but I'm just saying, like that's.
I don't think
probably
they've
how it
ever
should
done
be.
that before. When
No.
when it's over, it's over.
It's over. But I'm saying it's like with WWE. If you hit a dude with a chair while a ref's back is turned, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's part of
Even
it.
though-
I mean, now that's completely different
I mean, that is literally. I
because
mean,
it's all scripted.
yeah, but before they said it wasn't.
No, it's always been scripted.
Nah, but that was not the portrayal that they were giving.
When I was younger, I didn't think it was fake.
No, no one did.
I was like, yo, this is real shit.
Yeah, we all did.
I thought it was fake.
I never thought it was fake.
I mean, to a certain, I thought that they.
I mean, it's not fake though.
It's not
just
fake.
scripted.
It's scripted.
Well,
That's a better.
it is fake though, because
not
when
fake.
they're
I mean,
getting
because
hit, they're
it's-
not
it's-
getting
Them
hit for real.
cats jumping
No.
all the way from ladders and jumping on them tables, bruh.
What do we consider fake?
That's acrobats. Like,
Yes, that's athletic. Like
yeah,
you
but,
couldn't.
but
we
the hits are
couldn't do
not
that.
real though.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, whoa. They take some real hits. These people get injured.
yes, they take some real hits. Yes, but the finisher moves are not really.
No,
knocking
of course,
people
those
out.
are
Like,
not-
Come on,
no.
man.
Of course.
Y'all think the rock bottom? Y'all think the rock bottom is really knocking someone out?
Hey, man.
Stone Cold Stunner.
Hey, the people's
No, the
elbow?
stunner. I can see the stunner
The people's
messing somebody
Hey,
up.
bro,
I mean,
come on,
you
you
can
know
d-
the people's elbow is real. Come on, son.
I mean, you drop an elbow on somebody that physically hurts. Now, granted, it ain't a lot
What
of
about
weight
a leg
behind it.
drop though? Like,
Well, they don't actually hit them.
I
Yeah.
know, but a real leg drop's not gonna hurt that bad.
Yeah, if you hit
I
them,
mean, if someone hit you with a leg drop for real,
if you hit them
But-
in the hold on a
throat,
second.
they hit you in the throat with a leg drop.
Yeah, but the
Son,
leg
your throat
drop.
get locked up and closed. You can't breathe.
But,
But
that's
a-
not where they're hitting them though.
But that's what that's where it's supposed to hit, the
that's where it's
throat.
supposed to hit.
But what they do is they hit you at the back of the knee right over your throat. So it never actually hits you, right? It's just, or they'll drop it on your chest at the top of your chest. But I mean, like, I believe that.
Power bomb.
Oh no, power bomb. That's
yeah,
legit.
real.
Like
Like
that's
Kane
legit.
and Undertaker's moves would
Choke
really,
slam.
they would really
Like-
mess you up.
Like those moves, you can't fake them. You're physically hitting the person on the ground.
Now the mat
Yeah.
absorbs a lot.
Oh my God, of course, right?
So there you go.
That's
Yeah.
Nice little cushion.
it's a nice little cushion. It's got a spring in it, right? It's got a little, but that doesn't take away from their athleticism.
Oh no,
There's-
I'm not.
There's
trying
no
to.
way they can be genuinely taking all those hits 4 or 5 nights out of the week and traveling because all they do is travel.
I mean, there's a reason why they take steroids.
Well, yeah,
Some
their
of them
bodies
take
are beat up. So even just in general, if we take away the intensity and it's not like real, which we understand that, just doing that all the time, that physicality and never getting that rest is a stress.
How much are they really making?
I don't think they make that much.
Some of the
think so.
lower levels don't make a lot, but when you get to the level of like Shawn Michaels,
Oh, you said they make a lot or they don't make
they
a lot?
don't.
Oh, I
On
thought
the
you
lower
said they-
level, they don't make a lot. But when you you get to the Rock, Stone Cold, and Undertaker, their level, then
Well,
you start
yeah,
to-
but those are like 1%ers.
Yeah. But I think that a lot of those, because they're not getting endorsements. Well, they do. They will get endorsements.
John Cena got a lot of endorsements.
Yeah.
John Cena's got to be one of the highest paid.
I
He
think
doesn't
he
wrestle no
is.
more. He doesn't wrestle no more.
No, no. I'm just talking like all time.
Just in general.
All time?
yeah.
Possibly.
You got to think about everything John Cena has got from wrestling.
He's movies, commercials.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would
advertise.
say The Rock, if anything.
Okay.
Because at one point in time, it was in his contract, or even you can watch some of his older films where it would have WWE attached to his movie, like the Scorpion King and like the
John Cena he did the same thing though.
But I think John Cena got more of that. You can't really include all of Rock's movies.
But John Cena just started making films like that.
It's not even just the films, but it's the commercials.
yeah, but also, I mean, we also have to kind of look at the time frame and the era because The Rock was around way before.
Right.
So the money was more when John Cena was,
right. The Rock actually paved the way for John
I
Cena.
would say that without looking it up because we could probably easily figure this out.
I definitely want to.
I would say that John Cena probably has made more money, and we have to give this a time frame because Rock is probably making more right now.
No, in WWE.
Oh.
Anything connected to WWE. What has John Cena really done outside of WWE?
He's made a few movies. No,
But
that
that was all based on WWE.
I mean, no, because they have WWE studios.
No. Like, if it weren't for him being a popular WWE wrestler, would he have got those movies?
Oh,
no.
no.
So what I'm saying,
I don't think he's a great actor.
no, he's not. The Rock is actually a great actor.
He's just corny, but yes.
He's corny,
Yeah.
but he is like, look. I know we don't want to really talk about how good of an actor Rock is.
I have a top 10.
He's very cheesy, but he's a good actor.
He is.
I got the top 10.
Okay.
We
What's
have
top 10 of what?
who makes the most money in WWE.
Okay. This is current?
Yeah.
I don't think this list is what we're looking for, but
I mean, you're gonna have before you even say that, you're gonna have like Roman Reigns. You're gonna have Seth Rollins.
Well, they still have some people that's retired on here.
Oh, okay, all right,
So
cool.
it's all time.
Okay, yeah. So that's why that's what I wanted to say.
Kevin Owens, I don't know who that is.
Okay, I didn't realize. Okay,
He made $2 million. The Miz.
okay.
He made
He's done a lot of movies. The Marine.
$2.5 million. Undertaker.
and that's per year.
I think this is.
I don't know. I'm just
What?
giving
What you
the-
mean?
Nigga, I'm just giving the money. The Undertaker, $2.5 million.
This is
He's retired. Bill Goldberg, $3 million. He's at number 7.
really.
Yeah, 6 is Seth freaking Rollins,
There you
$3
go.
million. I don't know who he is. AJ Styles, 3.5.
You don't watch
million.
wrestling.
No, I stopped at a
about to
certain
say
point.
he's-
Oh, okay.
Randy Orton.
Okay. You know Randy Orton, right?
That's the legend.
The
kid.
Viper?
I know who he is, but I didn't. I stopped watching when he.
Really? Even with Randy Orton?
Yeah.
That's the legend killer, right?
Randy Orton. He's been around.
He's been
for
around
a
for a long time, Mel.
Yeah. 4.5 million. Roman Reigns is 5 million. John Cena 8.5 million. Brock Lesnar 12 million. They don't even
Wow.
Wow, Rock's not even. See?
They don't have The Rock or Stone Cold on here.
Well, I think it's the era
Yeah.
when they
Right.
were
I mean,
in
the
WWE.
stats, yeah, we have to know when the stat.
I mean, no, they have. You have Goldberg. I mean, you have Undertaker. They were around with
Yeah,
them.
sure, but
Undertaker
the
was around
Undertaker's-
before them.
and after them,
What? Not very much.
Undertaker.
I think that was in 2021 or something.
I think Undertaker had a crazy contract because he's Undertaker, right? Stone Cold kept getting hurt. So while he may be one of our favorite wrestlers, he kept getting hurt.
Who was your favorite wrestler?
Stone Cold.
Number 1?
Yep.
How about you?
Shawn Michaels.
Really? Okay. I wouldn't have guessed that.
You like Shawn Michaels.
The Sweet Chin Music.
Get the fuck out of here. There's no way. Yeah. That was my favorite wrestler.
For
Here we
real?
go again.
Yeah.
Here we go.
That's
Here
why.
we go. Here
That's
we
why I'm
go
just like,
again.
ain't no way.
Where would you put The Rock and Stone Cold?
They would be in my top 5.
Oh, they're
Okay.
definitely top
like
five.
for me it was Shawn Michaels, Kevin Nash, which is Diesel.
Okay.
I like Razor Ramon, and then then I'll probably put like The Rock.
I liked X-Pac for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, he was cool.
I'd have to. Yeah, I wouldn't even think about those guys. I'd have to really think.
And Kane.
Steve, you had to like Triple H.
Oh, I mean, I do like.
Oh,
Triple H.
D-Generation X.
Yeah, I mean,
D-Generation X and NWO.
Triple H.
Easily.
That
my
was. I
favorite
mean,
group.
the Attitude Era. That was the best wrestling ever. That's with Triple H, D Generation X, NWO,
dude. I remember
Right,
I went to school.
Yeah, that was the
Hulk
peak.
Hogan,
That
black
was the
black
peak.
and white Hulk Hogan
Yeah.
with Nash
NWO.
and with
Yeah.
the Wolf Pack.
Wolfpack. Woo! They had the Wolfpack. That was my shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was peak.
yeah.
Man,
Now, are we just saying that though?
No.
Because before our time, it was pretty peak too. WrestleMania when Hulk was the original Hulk Hogan.
I mean, I've watched a lot of wrestling since then, and it's different.
Yeah.
Like, and it's. I mean, in general, it's different.
I think the allure changed too, though.
Do you think it's because of our age, or
It's
just
because back then we had the allure of thinking like this is real.
I never thought that though.
I used to think it was real.
I-
And so like when they started coming out with the behind the scenes and they try to like expose it for being fake and all this stuff, that's when like people started, this is fake and all that. But also I feel like the characters they changed. Like you didn't have, no one has The Rock's enthusiasm and his mannerisms.
You don't think the Hulk Hogan had that type? Because you got to think
Macho Man Randy Savage.
right, Macho Man.
These characters.
They came before us, so it's not fair because we weren't really there like in the 80s or the like we weren't really tuned in like that.
I mean, wrestling's still popular now.
it's still very
It's
popular.
still very popular.
Still
it's
very
probably
popular.
never going away, huh?
Yeah, I think
Some-
it'll be like the Simpsons type vibe,
Yeah.
where it's just around
Yeah,
and
it's just
people
never
tune
going
into
away.
it. But I think it's different. I'll be biased towards the era that I grew up.
Where
with.
I think we're going
I think
to
we're
naturally.
being biased
No,
because
I mean, but still, like even if you, I don't watch it as much currently. Like I watch a little something here and there, but I used to watch it.
Yeah.
Like even 5 years ago, I would watch
yeah,
it.
I know. I remember.
I
I'm like,
would-
Steve, you still watch that?
Yeah, I would get. I had their membership. Right, so I get all the pay-per-views. I would watch it, and don't get me wrong, I enjoyed
Royal
it.
Rumble, the
Yeah.
SummerSlam.
So still as a fan, I enjoyed it, but I believe that it became more predictable, and that could be because I'm an adult. But in general, the characters are not the same. Like, I feel like the characters before they were more unique because there maybe was less of them, right? And then now you just seem to have and they're changing things. Like, nothing against women wrestlers, right? I'm gonna preface that before y'all come for my neck. But like, I mean, they really are pushing women in wrestling because feminism.
The LGBT.
Yeah.
The crazy thing about it is, before our era, there weren't really women wrestlers.
They had a few. They had China. They had Sable.
No. That was our era.
That's our era.
Okay.
But literally
You're talking about before
a few.
our era.
Before our era.
China was like, that's it. It was just China. I mean, I'm saying they had other ones, but it was really China was the female wrestler, which she really was built like a man.
She was built like a man,
right?
Swole.
But now they have a
just
whole
little tiny Barbie girl.
I mean, they had. I think it was 5 or 6 years ago. They had the first like women's main event at WrestleMania or Royal Rumble, one of them, and it was one girl. I don't remember her name, and Ric Flair's daughter.
Okay.
Damn, what's her name? I should know this. But Charlotte Flair. She's a beast. She's good. But
did you watch when Ronda Rousey started getting into it?
that don't even.
I did, but here's what I'm talking about. They portrayed her as Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
Right. You saw that's a white shirt, the kilt. You know what I'm saying? Then they changed her to this like, Ronda, but with like leather jacket. So she kept the leather jacket, but lost the white shirt and the kilt. And it's like, why are you trying to bring back these characters? Like, this is what I'm saying.
There's no originality.
There you go.
It's like how things are in Hollywood.
Right,
how they're
it's
just
Hollywood.
recycling.
Yeah. Just go back and get an old character that was popular. It's like, bro, you have certain characters like Undertaker, Macho Man.
It's a
like,
wrap.
you can't, they're too iconic.
Yeah, you can't bring any.
You can't have enough. They did it with Kane because they came out together. Right? I'm saying Kane and Undertaker. They were
and their brothers and that whole thing. Like,
but you can't.
That was scary.
Oh my God!
Like to me, that was scary.
And they weren't actual brothers either.
No, I don't think so.
Like
that shit was scary. Paul Bear dude.
Yeah, Paul Bear.
I mean, bro,
big ass.
They used to have piles of dirt on the stage, and they would bury people.
Yes.
They don't do any of that no more. That's what I'm saying, man. I don't care. Freaking Stone Cold came out on the damn Miller Lite truck, right? Spraying these niggas with beer. I mean, how iconic is that?
Yeah,
that's
you know what I mean.
They don't do nothing.
This man will get on the rope and hey, give me the beer, right? You know, he'd get a beer, smash it together, drink it. He wouldn't even like, bro. There's nothing more iconic than that. They can't touch that now.
Yeah.
Especially because the perception of you can't teach kids to drink. Like, I mean, it's not the same.
Remember Val Venus?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine someone doing that now.
Yeah.
A dude coming out in like a Speedo doing all this little sexy stuff.
Like a dude. Oh.
Yeah, I'm just being like, whoa.
Bro.
What is
Hey, let's not forget about Booker T, by the way.
Okay.
Booker
yeah.
T-
Because I ain't heard nobody mention it. I'm just like, bro, you got to get Booker. First of all, his athleticism is off the charts.
That's true.
Hey, Booker T's a beast, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
What's
saying?
his brother's name?
Stevie
Stevie
Ray.
Ray?
I think it's Stevie Ray, something like that.
He's still around in wrestling. He does commentary in the
Who
like
book?
But they were in WCW.
correct.
They were in WCW.
I mean, but eventually, it all came
and
together.
then
at
they
one
merged
point.
finally. But
Yeah, but it was different.
You had to go from WWE to WCW. I never really watched ECW,
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, that was kind of like.
but I know they
They brought the Dudley brothers.
They
over.
brought the Dudley brothers. They
Oh,
brought Raven.
man.
I remember Raven.
Oh, Raven! I used to love Raven.
He used to just chill. He used to be like a bum, just chilling.
And then come out of nowhere.
What about me? What about Raven? The Nation of Domination.
Yeah.
Farouk, D'Lo Brown
Ooh,
used
man.
to come in with the little head bob. They had the pimp dude. They had Farouk. Man, that was my
Bro, I'm telling you, this was a good era.
That was
It was definitely a good era.
It was a good era. It's
and you know, Steve, to your point, maybe, you know what I'm saying, like, okay, you talk about the inception of WWE. Of course, like the inception of NBA, like it was not trash, but it wasn't as good as it was.
it's better now.
You know,
I think it's better now.
It's
What do you think?
evolved.
The NBA? Do I think it's
Sure.
better now? Yeah.
Sure, it's better now.
entertainment
You're talking
wise.
about the inception.
Well, you know, when I think about the NBA, I enjoy it. It's not as physical. I think it should be okay. Not okay, but if cats want to fight or have to fight, because you have to think.
You're a professional.
Yeah, you're a professional, but also if someone's doing something like elbow you in your chest or something like that, and you're not getting called a foul, and you get frustrated, you should be able to just swing on somebody.
You think that's so? You think that?
I'm
wait
just
a minute.
saying. I'm because
Now-
if that's why there's no fights, because the penalties is so strenuous. Like that's why there's 0 fights. People don't fight at all anymore.
Do you want the NBA to be more physical?
Yeah. It's a physical sport. It's a contact sport.
I'm not saying it isn't.
Think about hockey.
Hockey's a very contact sport.
Yes.
I don't see. Okay. I understand that basketball is a contact sport, but I personally don't particularly. I like basketball to be athletic, agile, fast.
like tennis.
I mean, yes.
Basically, that's what you're
No, I
saying.
mean, I don't mind them. I don't mind. I understand it's a contact sport. I'm not taking anything away from them, right? They get injured, right? Stuff happens. But when I think of, or when I am okay with contact, football, hockey, rugby, right? Stuff like.
I mean, there's a lot of problems that come with football as far as the contact.
Oh my God! Of course.
So football, I will say this, in my opinion, and this is me speaking ignorantly. I think football is one of the, if not the most dangerous sport.
I agree.
Beyond hockey.
Besides,
hockey's
fighting.
Hockey's
sports.
pretty dangerous.
Right. Yes, definitely. Besides a sport that you actually are fighting, yes.
Yeah.
Combat.
Say
sport.
basketball.
Yeah,
combat
I don't
sports.
think a combat sport is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
You think hockey is more dangerous than football?
Yeah, they don't wear as much padding.
In hockey?
Mm-hmm.
But
They're
we're
like,
talking
their masks and
injuries.
stuff are different.
We're talking injuries. I'm talking injuries. I'm
Nah,
talking.
I would say football's easily the most dangerous sport out there. That's not like a combat sport. Think about it. In hockey, they're not jumping in the air. They're just skating.
Man, hockey. I don't know. I've been.
They're just skating.
I've been to hockey games, man. They get tackled.
Yeah, they get tackled.
I mean,
They get tackled.
when you're going on the ice and you're going around a corner and a dude just literally is skating, which you can skate faster than you can run.
Sure.
Like these are professionals. I mean, they just slam you right into that wall.
It's plexiglass.
Okay, do you get slammed into a wall in football?
You
No.
get slammed into the damn ground, the
Is
concrete.
it a wall?
It's not a wall.
In
Okay,
arena
so there's
football,
nothing that
it
is going to inertly stop you, right? This is where trauma comes from.
So,
I'm not-
okay.
another ground
So
will
you
stop
think
you.
hockey is more physically?
I think that, I mean, you look at
They
hockey
wear a lot
players,
of
you look
pad,
at you look at they lose all those teeth. They have the same amount of
Also, fun fact, I learned from Godfrey, which is actually kind of bringing it back full circle, that hockey was invented by black people.
I can imagine that.
I mean, are you surprised? Were you surprised?
Yes. Because I didn't know. I didn't know.
That's like, we make it all.
Yeah, it was in Canada, in Nova Scotia. They carried an all-black league in 1895. And
the first black,
The first Negro league.
but what they'll say is, the first all black starting team
Right,
in
exactly.
Detroit Red Wings.
and
Like,
it's 2023.
my
Right,
guy, we
yeah.
we started this.
right.
See, this is why we don't like the.
The first black this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, I've never been to a hockey game.
Okay.
I do want to go.
I've been to Flyers games, like living in Delaware, and they're
It's
intense.
rough. It's rough.
They're intense.
I'm not even talking about that. You make a good point. They lose their teeth. What about deaths?
I
what I'm
mean,
talking
I don't think
That's what I'm really talking about.
has anyone ever died on the field other than?
On the field, no, bro.
Oh, you're talking about just afterwards. Like
yeah, I'm talking
concussions
about
and all that
injuries.
stuff?
The injuries are killing them.
I'm not in hockey enough
Like
to
CTE.
really understand.
Yeah, I'm talking about the injuries that are killing them.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
But you have a because of the head-to-head collision, you have a higher chance of that in football.
Okay,
I'll give
that's
you that.
all I'm talking about.
Okay, well, you didn't use that as a metric, so I didn't know.
Oh, okay. I wasn't clear enough. But it's crazy because rugby's not like that. And they don't wear all of that. They don't wear all the pads and everything.
Well, rugby's different though.
I know it is.
It's not as they don't slam into each other like that.
Right.
They'll start off close, and then they're just right. So they're gonna get all that. It's like a bunch of linemen, right? And then when they tackle, they're already all moving.
Right.
So you don't have this car crash collision type
right.
situation.
I know.
Oh, so what do you? I thought
So my point, niggas, they're not gonna like this. I think football's dangerous, man. I think the way football's played, it needs to change.
And it's the most popular sport in America.
well, because we like
And that think about that. America, do you think that America is in love with violence?
yes.
Yeah, sure.
Like throughout everything that we see, through our entertainment, through our actual, sports that we do, first thing we put on TV is violence.
Yeah.
Violence. It sells out. Even like if you think about the the Jeffrey Dahmer,
Oh my God, that Netflix series.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that.
And people are just watching it.
people love that. People love that type of entertainment. They don't want to experience in real life, but they love it. It even won an Oscar.
oh my
That's
God.
insane.
Like, think about that.
That's insane, bro.
Like, people are tuning into this violent stuff of people just serial killers and be like, hey, man, this Oscar worthy.
Now, I do like Dexter. But Dexter's a fictional character about a serial
I like
killer.
Dexter too.
But what is it? What do you think it is about humans? Because
Dexter
in
was
some
real good.
capacity, we all enjoy some form of violence.
I think that this goes to speak to the nature of us, right? The physicality or our human bodies. It's very carnal. Like it is very carnal. It's feral. Like it's animalistic. And then we
Yeah.
have this spirit that's inside of us that is basically pure light and love and positivity.
Our body actually lives in our spirit. But go ahead.
Okay.
Our body lives
Okay.
in our
I
spirit.
get-
Okay.
okay.
Okay. I can rock with that.
You have two different beings, entities that are coexisting.
You got to be careful with the words.
I mean,
Because Chris can be like, hey, cuz.
no, it's not bad. I you know what I mean? Just a little
There's
education.
power in the
You
word.
have two different things.
Two different entities.
Two different entities that are coexisting and on a plane, hurling through
through this sphere.
hurling through this
This sphere.
Ever-expanding.
Ever-expanding space.
right. But and then this is where we get confused, where we have this push and pull all the time, right? Because we have something always pulling us to the right and something always pulling us to the left.
Do you think that we're in love with violence based on our absence that's in our life? Because for me, I've always been a fairly physical person, and I've grown up around, seeing people fight and stuff like
Physical or violent?
that. Like, am I violent? I'm not violent anymore. But
You asked about violence, and you said I've always been a very physical person.
physical person as far as seeing fights.
So violent.
And violent, yeah, fighting is violent. And so, like, I grew up. I fought a lot growing up.
You was out there throwing hands.
I was throwing hands, feet, and all that. You know what I mean? And so, but now when I see people fight or if they record stuff online of people fighting, I don't watch it. I don't like to see that,
Yeah.
But when it comes to like fictional stuff, because I love gangster movies.
Okay,
You
yeah.
know, and those drug cartel type of films, I enjoy that, but that's not a life that I've been a part of.
Okay.
So I feel like that we're attracted to the violence that isn't normal within our lives. Because a lot of people, they will tend to watch it, like nerds who haven't seen the violence or they haven't seen a particular type of culture. They get invested into it and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. So do you all think like do you all have any like what are you attracted to? What is what kind of violence are you attracted to?
Well, I'm gonna say this first because
Violence.
I like looking at things from nature.
All right.
When you look at nature, there's physicality throughout nature. I won't call it violence because violence is something different and unique.
Yeah.
But what the civilized world has done is it's removed a natural part of us. When you look at rams, how do they settle things? They butt their heads.
Headbutt. Bam.
You know what I'm saying? When a lion wants to be the leader of the pride, he fights the alpha. Like, just look at nature. It's everywhere. And they don't get all salty about it and come back and try and kill him and poison him. It's just part of nature. And when you look at indigenous tribes, they still do it. There is physicality throughout nature. And so what the civilized world has done is said, those are for the beasts. Those are for the savages. We're civilized. We don't do that. We stab each other in the back. We do it a different way. Politics. And so they're trying to make it seem like that's wrong, but that's natural. What they're doing is out of alignment with nature. And so because they've removed that, because if Steven and I decide to fight, now Texas is different. But in most states, if we decide to fight and the police see us fighting, we're going to jail. What does that say? So I, as a man, I can't express myself in that way, but it's a natural expression.
That's why I was talking about the basketball thing. Because like if someone is doing
And I agree
something
with that.
and it's frustrating you, you can't just sit there. "Ooh."
Well, they do.
Right.
They let them fight in hockey.
Well, and then what happens, right? Then you take it home to your wife. So
Oh shit!
No.
That came out of nowhere.
no,
escalated
no, it
quickly.
doesn't.
I mean, I'm just
But
saying
it's-
I wasn't
it's
expecting
true.
that. It's not. It is, but I wasn't
look-
expecting that.
Yeah, but look what happens. Why do you think men are hitting women? That frustration that they have, they're getting it's thrown by their boss, and then their woman you come home, take the trash out, whatever, nag.
Nag, nag.
So you can't hit the boss, you lose your job. So
Can't hit the wife, you go to jail.
I mean, at the end of the, no, for sure. I mean, but a lot of women will take the hits and not say nothing.
Oh shit, man. That's
But the problem is that you don't have an outlet for men to be able to be men. That's the problem. So I think Mel hit it on the head. Like we're there's something we're missing from our lives.
sorry. Were you? Okay. That's a very interesting point that you make. I don't agree that they should be able to fight in basketball. It's a sport. You're a professional. You're.
You're a human before you're a professional.
Let me finish my point.
Okay, go ahead.
It's a sport. Play the sport, right? It's just like if you were playing.
So after the game,
if we were playing checkers or chess and professionally,
which is actually invented by a black person.
it's
Here we go. This is why you want to talk about Black history.
right. You
Godfrey
learned.
gave him
You learned
all these fun facts.
But what I'm saying is, just because you get upset at something, even if it's physical, doesn't mean that you should allow it to be expressed in that way, right? So once again, you are being paid to play a sport, and I understand your emotions are into it, and it's frustrating. But at the same time, you need to you need to be able to maintain a level of decorum. You need to be able to maintain a level of peace within yourself, even in that level of frustration. That comes from my emotional side, right? Now, what I do think, and this is some of the things that Top G has talked about, one of the reasons that we even get to that point, what Chris was talking about, is that men are not men nowadays.
Yeah.
And we've been feminized.
because they're raised by mainly women.
Correct. So we're being raised by women who are saying, well, this is how I want a man to be. This is what I would want to see in a man. So I'm going to teach my sons this, right? And I get it. It's not intentional that they're doing it, but this is what they think I'm doing the right thing. But that's the problem. Men are not women. We think differently, and there's a reason that women are attracted to us, right? So there was a monk. He was doing a TED Talk, and he was saying that men need to be men. They need to be more physical. They need to get outside more. This is why men are depressed. This is why men are committing more. They're taking themselves out more than anyone else, because we are not doing the things that we're supposed to be doing. We are doing the things, and we're being taught to do things that women should be doing. And this is why men are struggling as a whole, right? Men should be in the gym, right? Men should be outside doing yard work, doing activities, right? I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast, or me and you, Chris, but your muscles release, your muscles have fats in them, and they also have just different hormones that are inside of them, and you have to use them in order for them to be released. Mm-hmm. So this is why when people go to the gym, they feel better, right? So when Top G was talking about, well, he doesn't, he doesn't believe in depression, right, and things like that, which is like, okay, well, I agree with that.
Sent me
It was a clip. Okay, so when he was talking about that, it's like he's right. Because what happens is that if you don't feel good, you feel bad, you feel depressed, when you go to the gym, you work those muscles release those hormones make you feel better, and then naturally you will get out of depression, right? So men are doing the things that they should not be doing, and we're not doing enough of the things that we should be, which is being physical. And if we were being physical on a consistent basis, I don't believe that we would have these issues, right? It's like Jordan Peterson when he talks about, men have a level of like, let's keep calm, because we know that words then turn into pushing, right? Then pushing, we know what the next step is. It's violence, right? So it's like there's this level of, okay, there's this gradual level of let's talk first, and then you have women that just go straight to, they just go straight to swinging their arms and
windmill.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like they don't, because they also live in this world where things don't happen to them. And men, we know that. I mean, it don't matter what you look like. I could get beat up by a 5'5" Mexican, right? I mean, I don't know. Nothing against Mexicans, but they're smaller than me. I mean, but you know what I'm saying? Like, he's still a man.
I mean, size matters. But
I mean,
get
it
what you're
does.
saying.
But you know what I mean? He may not beat.
He's
me.
probably.
Like,
I always wondered, like, if I really fought Brittany, you know what I'm saying? Because of our size difference.
He was martial arts.
He would bust your ass.
Like, if I had a minimal amount of training,
he would still bust your ass.
I don't think so.
Bruh.
I think our weight difference would make a huge difference.
I think he's too trained. This man he's a martial artist.
No. I'm not saying me today versus Brittany.
Back in the day,
yeah,
thugged out, Chris.
I don't know what that
Man,
means.
I feel like I can beat anybody.
But you just told me I get smashed by Brittany.
I didn't say that. He did.
You
said
think that
he
Chris
know
could beat
martial
Brittany?
arts. That's all I said. You said what?
You think that he could beat him?
I've never seen Chris fight.
Okay, I mean, I have years and years ago, but Chris was a street fighter.
Round one.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't get me wrong. Chris used to fight, right? I mean, I've seen him fight on the basketball court because he would pop his mouth.
Yeah, I trust me, I know.
His mouth. I have fought Chris because of his mouth.
Well, because of yours too.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Come on,
you know what I'm
let's keep it
saying?
real.
I'm talking about my point of view.
Well, whatever.
I mean, I wouldn't underestimate anyone in a fight.
Listen, if I had to put money on it, nothing against you, Chris. Even back in the day, I'm putting money on Brittany.
I'm not. I mean, you wildin'.
Training
Training
matters.
You talking about back in the day, but here's the thing.
I'm rolling with my man's 100 grand. That's
You gonna
all
put your
I'm
money
saying.
on it?
I got my man's 100 grand.
Let's say
I'm
no.
standing on it. I got
Ain't
my man's. And I'll fuck him up if somebody jump in. What's good? You know what I mean? I'm there. We gonna win. What's good? You feel me?
Listen.
See, that's why you can't go to a boxing match.
Right.
Would you gonna jump in?
Yes.
Listen.
Yes. If I see my man's getting hurt, I'm gonna be like, it's gonna be WWE.
Oh
my theme music gonna come. I'm gonna come running down and jump in that piece, and it's going down. That's what it is.
That's hilarious.
Listen. Let me elaborate on my point, because this is not to take anything away from Brittany's technical skill. He's technically he's the best fighter I know. And he puts on a really good show.
Yeah. I've watched him.
What I'm saying is, Brittany, I mean, I don't know what he weighs now. At the time, he's like 150 pounds.
He's shorter. Like 5'8".
He's like 5'. Yeah, he's like 5'8". And he's
Is
like
he 5'8"?
5'8", 5'9".
Oh,
Well,
okay.
you would think he's 5'5", but he's not.
Okay, but
He's
that's
like
because we're
5'8".
tall.
Yeah, he's like 5'5", 5'8", 150 pounds. That's 70 pounds. That makes a big difference. 100 pounds makes a big difference. So what I'm saying is, with minimal, can he use judo on me and make me tap out? Yes, but as far as we not going to the ground. I mean, how's he gonna get me to the ground? If he he's jumped on my back, and I'm like, it feels like. I mean, this is not shade. It feels like a girl's on my back. Like, it's not shade. It's just he's very light. So all I'm saying is, with minimal training, I'm not saying me today. I gotta fight Brittany. But with minimal training, I don't think I could close that gap pretty quick.
I mean, what he's saying makes sense.
I don't disagree with him.
Because think about when I think it was Logan Paul fought against Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
Logan Paul is much bigger bigger than Floyd. Floyd is undefeated, probably one of the best boxers to ever grace the ring.
Right.
But even Floyd was saying, like, all that weight when they're they're clashing, they're hugging, that weight pressure on him. There's only so much that he can do, considering his height and how strong he is.
Now that also is, you're not talking about a minimally trained other fighter. Logan Paul has training.
Jake Paul is more trained than Logan Paul.
Jake Paul's the younger brother?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I said Logan, right?
Logan's older.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, but I'm just don't get me confused because they have put their names.
Yeah.
Because I don't know him like that. So Logan, he has training,
right.
Like legit training,
right?
So, and then of course Floyd, he's completely on another class, right? He's completely in another
God level,
right? But he has enough, and with his length, his reach, and his height, and his weight, to become to be a problem, to be an annoyance. But what I'm saying is that I don't think that it would take a little bit of training. I think it would take a lot more training.
Okay, you could say that, but they have weight classes for a reason.
Well,
it's not like 3 weight classes. Like it's like you go up 10 pounds as a new weight class. Yeah. Like there's a reason why, Steve. Like you have to take that in consideration.
I mean, man, you can take one shot to the.
I mean, that goes both ways though.
Okay,
that goes both ways. But that
I mean, I understand what you're saying. I get your point, and I don't disagree with it. I'm just saying I don't think you could beat him, even back then.
That's fine. I will say this. I will say this.
I'm not putting my money on it.
I will say this.
I got my man.
I'm 6'6".
Okay, you can.
I'm 6'6", and I don't know. Let's just say I'm 70 pounds heavier than him. If at any point he gets in this space here, the elbow comes on the top of the head. It's a problem. That's a problem.
Why are you getting so defensive?
I'm not. I'm just trying to get you to understand that you don't. Do you think you can beat Brittany?
Probably not. I don't think that you could. I don't think that.
That's not what I asked. I said, do you think that you?
No, I don't know. I watched him fight. I know. I understand. I've seen. I have a friend who wants me to come down to Florida and watch him fight. He's like ranked number 1 in his weight class in like judo. Like,
and what's his weight?
I mean, his weight is like up towards ours. But I'm saying like these people are ridiculous.
I understand.
Like training is especially when you talk about judo, they commonly take a lower weight, and you can use people and move people. Training is it.
Yes, I said that. I said judo is different. Judo is like
maybe practice it. He's a martial artist,
right? I'm saying okay. You're not. I guess you're not hearing everything I'm saying.
I hear what you're saying.
I agree. Judo is different, right? So I was saying not Brittany today, no, but maybe Brittany back then. But
didn't he do judo back then?
No, he did taekwondo. No. He trained taekwondo.
Judo.
Okay, because I think I've watched him do. Okay,
he really got into judo after before we left, but like Brittany, today got into it more like after.
I thought it was jujitsu. Why do I keep saying judo?
Doesn't he? Well,
jiu-jitsu.
I thought he did.
Yeah, you're right. It is jiu-jitsu.
It's like judo? Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Judo.
It's I know that there's a difference, but they still utilize.
It's more of a wrestling. It's more of a wrestling thing.
Judo is more of wrestling.
Judo, they're using your weight. So they're basically using your weight against you.
Right. Throws and
okay.
ground.
Okay, well then there's a difference. Jiu-jitsu is like holds.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu is like holds. I can strangle you by your shirt and all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's more similar to wrestling.
Listen, that's what John Wick practices.
What? Jiu-jitsu?
Like they call it Wick Jitsu or something like that. Like he has a mix of like jiu-jitsu, judo, and fake moves. I mean, I guess nothing is fake.
What's that dude? What's the fake dude?
I've never seen John Wick.
Oh, bruh.
You never seen any?
Don't they have like 4 of them?
There's 3. There's a 4th about to come out.
Yeah. Maybe we should have like a movie night.
Bruh.
It's like Steven Seagal.
I just watched them again, all 3 in a row.
Like, he's a real fan. I think after the second one, I'm just like,
bruh. You never saw? Did you see the third one?
Dog that shows.
That's the third. That's the third one.
They take his dog or something like that.
They kill his dog in the first one.
Damn, you just spoiled it for me.
Oh, you already knew that.
No, I didn't.
You just said something about his dog.
Took the dog, not killed the dog.
You knew something.
You're not gonna watch it anyway. So what does it even matter?
Right.
I want to have a movie night.
It doesn't. That doesn't spoil the movie.
How close did they kill the dog? Towards the end of the movie? Is it beginning? The middle?
Do you want to know?
Oh, now you want to ask me if I want to know? No, I don't want to know. Don't tell me. I'll eventually watch it because I rock with Keanu.
Listen,
Keanu.
There's a reason that they're making 4 of them.
Yeah.
Like there's like. Chris,
there's like 5 Sharknadoes, so that's
there's
not
like 7 of them.
You can't say that. You can't say
somebody
that.
likes it.
I mean, no, granted. I'll give you that, but that doesn't make it a good movie, though.
John Wick. Then the third one is I think it's probably the best one. Parabellum.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I didn't watch it. I just I'm not really into those types of movies.
Okay, that I can respect that. Now I think that you would like it. It's martial arts, it's guns, swords.
I think the first one I was just like I think I watched the first 15 minutes and I was like, I'm not watching this.
Oh, it starts slow.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
Oh no, you got.
And plus, I'm not really into like human movies like that.
If you come
Wait,
from
I'm
that
sorry, what?
Cincinnati,
Like humans.
that Cincinnati mindset, because Maine's mom, I don't know if your mom used to say it, but like his aunt and stuff, you'd be like, man, this movie's slow. You know that mindset. I mean, this movie's slow.
They don't want to like.
They don't want. They just want the
Come
action.
on,
Because I actually love that.
Well, that's Parabellum. It's literally from start to finish. It's just it starts off. Well, this is the third one. It's like, bruh, can y'all warm me up first? Y'all just started off and it's on because it's just a continuation of the last one. So the first and second one, there's time in between, and then the third one is literally like, boop, here we go.
So
right?
they're telling an elaborate story.
There's a whole story.
Okay, I'll go.
It's a good series. You should definitely check
All right,
it
look,
out.
Mel, this is what we're gonna do. When we get the new house or facility built, we'll have a theater room and we will have established movie nights.
I'm with it, just like we had back in Louisville.
I bought a card game recently. It's called Ghosted.
Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh
No,
it's Ghosted.
Yeah, it's called Ghosted. It has nothing to do with dating, but
But it has to though.
That actually sounds like
it's like a who done it, or it's called Boo Done It.
oh, like basically like Among Us.
I don't know. I didn't open it. It's a card game. I have it. I just bought it. I was just randomly at the store, and
So you just
that's why you don't
randomly
go
just
to the
bought
store.
game.
it looked.
You're like the perfect customer for those.
Oh
type
yeah. This is what you be doing
It
all the
looked like a
time.
good-
Maybe in the store.
I'll
You
be
know, I be
walking
getting dressed
around.
by this
Walking
card
around.
game.
I'd be dressed all the way up to go to Aldi's, like, and then buy apples. Like, bro, why'd you get all the way dressed up? Because I don't have anywhere else to go.
Hey man, this is girl.
But you
working
make
at
sure
Whole
you
Foods.
out the house though.
Okay, well, I mean, I told y'all that woman came up to me in Central Market. Did I tell you that? Right?
yeah.
And I said the universe is telling me I need to start putting myself out there in some way. So I'd be going out. I don't know why. I don't know.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not hating on you. I just be wondering where you at because it's like me and Mel. I know where Mel's at.
I'll be
You know what I'm saying?
We're kind of on the same vein. I want to just real quick tell you guys a quick story. Okay, I didn't know if you know.
No, we're good.
So interestingly enough, I was going to the movie was The Vein because I just saw Megan yesterday. Have you guys heard of that movie?
The doll.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm aware of it.
it was the AI
Yeah.
movie. Okay, number
So
one.
it's Chucky.
Yes and okay, I could see that, but AI.
Okay.
And it's a horror movie, which it doesn't do horror very well. But when you watch that movie, if we watch it, we're gonna see it in a very different way than other people. Okay, this is why it got low ratings. It didn't do well because people are they don't
I heard they're gonna come
understand.
out with a second one though.
I could see that because it is very, if you have an understanding of like life and like you can see nuances, this movie is going to freak you out. Like it's sick. You know what I'm saying? The way that the doll interacts, how emotional she is, and it's AI, and then it's just like, bro, this is gonna happen.
It is.
It's
Well,
already happening, but
this is why they're doing the movie,
right. But I'm saying like it didn't do well because people just didn't get it.
But isn't that this is litness?
There you go.
Okay,
There's the reason.
Yeah.
Right? Because people, it was almost like it's a test.
it's a test.
Like people are like, oh, this movie's trash. Da da da. And I'm like, bro, this movie freaked me out. I've never been in a theater where people were talking throughout the movie as much as this movie. Like, now you go see a Marvel
You go
movie.
to the hood or something?
no, he's
I
just
was
talking
in
about how
Grapevine.
bad it was. People weren't engaged.
I mean, well, it's not that the movie was bad. Some people left, right? During the movie. 2 couples left during the movie. But then people behind us and then people at the front, they were talking, saying the same things we were. Like, this is freaking crazy.
Okay, the people that was locked in.
Right.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So I've never experienced that. And this movie's about
you never been to a black theater.
No. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
no, you've
not
never-
okay,
no.
not
Keep-
that way.
yeah, keep it
But I'm saying
Do it.
that's true. That's true. But normally, like, you go to a Marvel movie, you get the, you get all that type of stuff. But this was different. People were like, bruh, this is so. Anyway, that's a whole different thing. But prior to going to the movie, I was going with a friend, and I was like, hey, like, I want to go see this movie, Megan, yada yada yada. I'm going Saturday. Do you want to come? And she was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll come. Da da da. I was like, all right, cool, right. So nothing crazy, wasn't a date or anything like that. It was just I was going to go see it because it was leaving theater, and I was like, I want to go see this movie for some reason. Because the guy who made Saw is the one who made this movie.
Oh, well, that even makes it.
And
okay.
Saw is my favorite series.
Saw is incredible.
Right.
Now, it gets a little weird.
It does.
Towards
as they
That's
get
the Let's Play game dude, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Jigsaw.
No, stop playing. You've seen Saw.
I've never seen.
Man,
it.
come
I'm
on,
aware
man.
the thing is, I'm not like a fan of horror movies. I'm not a fan of horror.
It's like more of a thriller.
It's bruh.
It has like I'm not a fan
all
of
of that.
those.
It's like
gore
it's a
and stuff.
lot
It
of
is.
things. It's not a horror movie. It's not Friday the 13th. You know what I'm saying?
Well, just imagine that sick mind going into this girl, this doll, and then how watching emotionally how this thing interacts, and I mean, like, bro, it was very well done in that way, but it went over too many heads. This is why it didn't do well. But it's also I had to look in the theater. I said, what is the rating on this movie? This has to be rated R, and it's PG-13. And I'm like, this is not a PG-13 movie, right? The only reason it got the rating is because it didn't have blood and stuff, stuff like that. I said, this is a rated R movie. I would not want my kids, even they're close to 13. I would not want them watching this movie. Like, this movie is freaky.
What is rated R? Is that 18 or 17?
No, it's not even. It's higher than 17 because it's NC-17.
Okay.
So it's 18 and up.
Okay.
But it's not mature. But a lot of movies now are trying to not get the rated R rating because then it lowers the people that can come see their movie.
And the children are the only ones really watching movies.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
we're not watching movies like
not like that. Not going to the theater.
Right.
So anyway, good movie.
You think I should watch it?
I mean, you already know what's happening, but I'm saying just in general, if it ever comes up in the future, if you're chilling with somebody and like, yo, you want to watch Megan? Be like, oh yeah, Steven told me about that. You don't have to go out of your way to see it, but you're going to see it, and the way that our minds work, we're going to be like, oh, this is scary. So anyway, I asked her if she wanted to go to the movies, and she was like, yeah, sure, yeah, I'll come. I was all right, cool. And I was like, well, Saturday, I'm pretty free. I got a couple things I got to do, but for the most part, I'm very flexible on the weekends. So the week kind of goes by, and then I'm asking, like, yo, I said, well, you know what? Maybe I saw Ant-Man just came out, and I was trying to find a theater and a time that was close by, right? I'm trying to make it reasonable for the both of us. And then the only theater I found, because the movie was leaving theaters, it was a small theater. Not
Grapevine. Ant-Man about to leave theaters?
No. Megan.
Okay.
Right. So I asked about Ant-Man because Ant-Man just came out, and I'm like, you know what? I'd rather be in a bigger theater, right? It's probably gonna be more comfortable. I don't want to be in this small little cramped up theater. Maybe they have some old seating. You know what I mean? Like, they're gonna try to play us. I don't want to do that. So I sent her like a couple questions. I'm like, yo, listen, do you like Marvel? Would you be okay with this? Like, didn't respond, right? This Friday night. Saturday morning, I got a response, and it was, this city is close between us. Like Hazlitt is close between us. And I'm like, I never asked you about that. I asked you if you liked Marvel movies. And like, it was just so like, why? I don't understand why'd you say that to me, right? So then she messaged me again and was just like, yeah, and it's even closer to you. And I'm just like, I don't understand why you're looking this up. Like, what does this matter? I didn't ask you any of this, right? So then I responded back, and let me just grab it real quick because I don't want to.
Going off the rails.
I just want to see a nice little movie. And we're talking about locations and destinations.
Ma'am, I'm trying to be reasonable.
I guess what I'm saying is that I was planning to see this movie. I'm asking questions at this point because I'm trying to plan it, and I'm determining.
Well, it sounds like she knew that you were trying to be reasonable about location and everything, which is the only reason why she would say it's between us.
Right. Yes, but so I asked. I said, she said, what time are you thinking for the movie? I was like, I don't know. There's a wide range of times, maybe between 6 and 8, right? This was like that Friday night. Then Saturday, she texted me, Hazlitt is between us and closer to you. And I was like, are some of my messages not coming through? I'm confused. Like, why did you message me this, right? So then she was like, oh, I Googled showtimes for Megan. My bad. And I'm just like, okay, I don't understand. Why are you Googling showtimes? Like, I asked you if you want to go to the movies, right? And I was like, excuse me, ma'am. I said, did I ask you to see a movie or did you ask me? Right? And she said, oh, my bad. Yes, sir. My bad. Like, right. So of course, like, you already know what I'm
Right,
thinking.
of course, yeah.
So then my response, this is the point of this. My response is, everybody want a man to lead, but won't allow him.
Why? You're just jabbing. Just jabbing.
Right. And then of course, right. Super backpedal, right? Super backpedal. So, I was just like, listen, I'm at the gym right now. I said, I didn't like the theaters that I saw it in. I said, if you can find something you liked, give me the times, right? And then I'll be there. I'll meet you there. You pick it. So I basically said, you know what? If you want to lead, now you go ahead and lead, right? And this is what happens. And she said, wait. Not the whole change of pace. You're planning this. Like all of a sudden now I'm back to planning it, right? Now I'm back to leading. But I just thought that it was very interesting that was it. But I thought it was very interesting. And this is, like I said, this is my friend. This isn't anybody that I'm dating or, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing like that.
Well, it's just a woman.
I mean, it just so happens to be a woman. Yes.
Well, you wouldn't be having this conversation if it was a man.
Well, that's correct. We don't interact this way.
We don't interact that way.
Right. But it's just so interesting because now, granted, this person does like me, but that doesn't, regardless, right? It's the fact that we women will do these things and not even realize what they're doing. You know,
what she's doing is very emasculating.
There you go. It's emasculating as in you're taking away from the man, right? And then you are taking on the masculine role in this scenario, and what it causes men to do. Now, I illustrated exactly what was happening, like through that text, because I even said, okay, don't worry about it. Then you figure it out. You do it, which is basically like, I'm not going to argue with you. If you want to do that. And then this is what, now I did that intentionally, right? But this is something that men do in general because we're problem solvers, right? Well, this is the problem. The problem is I'm trying to schedule this. I'm trying to make it. I didn't ask you what was in between. I didn't ask you any of that. I don't care. I was going to drive up to you. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, well, now you're trying to take on the role, and now we're both trying to lead and figure this out. And it's like, I never asked you what was in the middle. Kip, just answer the question as I asked it and let me do this. Like, yeah. So I ended up picking Grapevine because it was more middle, but I was going to drive up to you. Some women be getting in their own way sometimes.
Of course.
Like, if you would have just let me do this, answer my question, right? This would have been a very smooth operation. You know, if you wanted to see Megan, hey, you know what? I don't mind going into a smaller theater. Like, you know, if you don't mind, I don't mind. Yada yada yada. All right, cool. Right? Any kind of, you know, whatever. I don't really like Marvel. Cool. We'll go see Megan. You know. But it was just very interesting that then when I started to pull out,
that she decided to.
She go, oh no, wait, no, you do it. Like, bruh. So what are you know what I'm saying? Like, what are your thoughts?
I think that she's. I
mean, not particularly on her, but okay. I mean, well, okay, but just.
Well, okay, maybe she watched the podcast. No shot to her, but I don't know. I don't know if y'all have y'all have a friendly. I mean, I think that's a very emasculating scenario in a sense. And if I'm in a situation like that, I don't ask. I tell them what's happening, and if there's any kind of pushback, then I'd be like, this is not what I'm doing. I didn't reach out to you to get all this other BS. This is what's happening and this is it. You know, you have to, because I mean, it's good to be considerate and understanding of people and what they want to do. And, you know, I mean, I get her point of view as far as like just trying to be helpful,
right?
Trying to just be helpful in a sense, but I mean, she needs to relax.
Right.
You know I mean,
women, it wasn't helpful. It was actually caused confusion.
Yeah, it definitely causes unnecessary confusion. But if you're going out of your way to set up a date and plan everything, this is what you're doing. I'm asking you questions. Okay, this is cool. Yes, yes, blah, blah, blah. That's it. There should be no other participation about, hey, there's one closer. No, I didn't ask you that. You know what I mean? It causes unnecessary confusion, unnecessary conflict. and it creates scenarios that do not need to exist. It creates more options than necessary. You know, if you have limited options, it makes things a little bit more easier. If you have all these other options, just like, all right, what the hell are we gonna do now? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think in this particular scenario, since y'all are just friends, it's not super deep. But she has those masculine traits.
Well, it's deep. It's deep because it's ingrained in the culture. So it's deep because that is a girl. Some dude's gonna be dating her,
right?
You think she gonna change because it's some? You know what I mean? You know, it's wild, man. Women. I think all of the emphasis is always put on men and what men can do better, and it's annoying. I think women need to put an emphasis on what they can in their interpersonal relationships. What can they do different? I planned a date with this girl once. We were gonna do wine tasting, and we were going to do it on a certain day, whatever. So that was the plan. We're gonna go wine tasting on this day around this time, right? And the day of, I think I had reached out to just solidify, the location and things of that nature. And she's like, "Oh, I already have plans." And I'm like, "How is that possible? I have the text feed where we agreed that we were going to do this today." Well, you never told me where we was going, so I just assumed.
Crazy.
I just assumed you weren't. I'm like,
that reminds me of that African girl that I was talking to a while back. When we talked about that.
Yeah,
that's irritating.
I'm like, what is wrong with you?
What?
So even if what you thought was the case, why wouldn't you text me and be like, "Hey, we didn't get a location. Are we still on?"
Right.
Why would you just make other plans? So it's like in this whole thing, man, when it comes to women and interacting, and in her mind, I guarantee you, if you go interview her and you ask her, it was him. It was his fault. She won't even consider that what she did was wrong. And she didn't. I know that because when I brought it to her attention, she didn't say sorry. She didn't say, nothing. Just,
well, you should have told me. You didn't schedule it right. You didn't make plans.
You didn't schedule it right. Like, bruh, what is wrong with you? And now you don't know anything about wine testing. So you don't know that certain wineries are not open. The hours are weird. Yeah. You don't know any of that stuff. So you don't know why I didn't say when we actually did, was like, okay, we're going to go this day. You don't know why I didn't tell you where the place was. But it doesn't matter because you had all the other details. All you need to do is be ready.
Bruh. That's
on the other side of the spectrum. I had I planned a date when I went to go see Godfrey last week. Prior to the going to see Godfrey, I was like, "What's your schedule looking like?" She said, "Hey, free. Just not on the 18th." I said, "Okay, cool. We're gonna do this on the 17th. I'm gonna pick you up at this time. And the show starts at this time. Be ready." Mm-hmm. Okay, that's it. Simple as a pimple, and everything went smooth. It's perfect. No fighting. No. Hey, I want to do this. I didn't get clarification because even prior, like 2 weeks prior to the event, we didn't communicate. There was no communication throughout the week. I got shit that I need to do. You know what I mean? But it was already ingrained that, hey, this is what we're doing. This particular day, this time, you already know what it is. You already know what it is. You know what I mean? No pushback, none of that. You know what I mean?
That's special, Mel, because I've had that experience too where I'm like, okay, this is exactly what we're going to do. This is the exact time. And then guess what happens? Hey, so, I'm just, about to make a move. What do we do? We're supposed to be doing something?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I forgot I have to do. So, because I used to do that exclusively.
It's difficult to even make solid plans.
Yeah.
And interestingly enough, the reason that I did it this way was because we went to go see another movie like 2 months ago. And we had to reschedule because she canceled on me that same day.
Oh, that's that chick you talking about.
Yeah. So she canceled on me same day, so we had to reschedule it. So I said, well, I learned my lesson. I said, well, how about this?
Hey, why are you still talking to her?
Why are you asking this? She's my friend.
Okay, all right.
It was just a friendly. It was.
So is this a girl that you went?
Oh my God.
That
You did this to yourself.
you talked to for like 3 months before y'all?
This was. She's my friend now.
Oh, okay, all right.
She's just your friend now. It's a challenge, man, because no matter how you slice it, if the woman isn't willing to be accountable, there's no way around it.
It's just frustrating because these masculine tendencies are, like you said, ingrained into them, and they don't see it unless you have a man, right, that is going to call them out on it. They're not going to see it. And most men aren't, because they're afraid, well, if I call her out, she's going to get upset. I ain't going to get no ass. You know what I'm saying?
And you won't.
Well, and
they
me,
will get upset.
Right, exactly, they will. And the only reason that this happened this way is because I'm not trying. It's just like, well, the roads aren't necessarily going two directions here. So then it was like, oh, my bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I've seen this. This is just the most recent, right? You guys have all seen this too.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I think that it's so minute, right? I think that a lot of times women think that, well, I want a leader. They think of the macro stuff, right? Oh, I want him to buy the house. I want him to make the big decisions. I want him. But it's like, bro, leading is every day. It is when I give a directive, right? And I know the people aren't gonna like the way that sounds, right? But if I make a plan or something, then I mean, just listen.
Yeah.
Like, don't go off trying to, well, I did this or I found this, and I get it. In certain situations, that's a good thing, because it does show a level of femininity and support, right? But I don't need you to plan this.
There was this guy that I just recently saw on YouTube. His name's Lucario. I'm not sure if y'all familiar with him.
He sounds like a Pokemon.
I was about to say Lucario is a Pokemon.
Yeah, Lucario, but his name is Locario.
Oh, it's basically the same thing.
Yeah. So I heard, I was like, what? But he was on Valuetainment's podcast or whatever. So
Valuetainment.
Yeah. And he was talking about, because he's a guy who's married and he has a girlfriend.
Okay.
And a lot of people that was on the panel, they were questioning, like, how can you this is they were very,
of course, you already know.
very
This is
typical
so
reaction
annoying.
that you get. But he was just saying how the women, they respect him because he's a leader and they respect his leadership, and they don't question him on a lot of his things. Then he gave an example of, if I'm asking my woman, hey, can you give me this hammer? All I want you to do is give me the hammer. I don't need you asking, what do you need the hammer for? What are you going to do with the hammer? You know, it's just like, no, just listen. I'm asking you to do something. I don't want to be questioned about something. Like, you have enough respect for me to understand that I'm needing this for a reason. And so I'm going to give you this hammer because I respect your choice or your decisions to do whatever is possible with this particular hammer. But a lot of women on that panel is like, what if he's going to take the hammer and kill me and stuff? I'm just like,
Bro,
Oh my God.
I'm just like, y'all are ridiculous.
Then you, my dear, are an idiot because you're with this man.
Right.
So if you're with a man that you could possibly think that he would take a hammer and bash your head in, you're an idiot.
You're with the exact wrong man.
Like,
And so it also made me think about since we're talking about masculinity and feminine. Did y'all see the A$AP Rocky and Rihanna?
I saw that I saw a reel about it, or
It was like, it was a
it's
magazine.
from the Vogue.
It's like
Was it Vogue? The
no,
cover?
it wasn't Vogue. It was
sure?
a British. It was a British magazine.
Okay,
And
but
so-
they're on the beach, right?
Yeah, the Rihanna, she's in the front, and
Okay.
A$AP Rocky's.
I just want to make sure we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah, and he's holding in a baby. He's holding the baby, and he's in the background while Rihanna is in the front, basically like holding his hand, like guiding him back. And so a lot of people, they were saying that it's a very emasculating thing for A$AP Rocky to be in that situation. And also other people were saying, oh, it's a beautiful thing. They're just, they're celebrating and they're just showing love and stuff like that. But for the man to be in the background holding the baby while the woman is in the front holding his hand,
Pulling
leading him, that is very emasculating.
It is.
I mean, I don't know how you can paint that any other way.
Well, they basically were just like, well, y'all are just looking for everything. And I watched a dude talk about this, and he was like, y'all just look for anything. And I'm like, bro, you don't get it. Like,
Well, the thing is, true, yes, because it's the internet. But the problem is, no, that was done intentionally.
Right.
well, that's what the guy said. He said, you think that they purposely, the photographer, set this up? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's their job.
No,
You think that a photographer at that level?
Yeah.
You
they're,
think
they're
they
shooting Rihanna and A$AP Rocky.
You don't think that they know exactly what they're doing?
Yeah.
We're not talking about somebody who's just like, okay, well, try this. And these are professionals. They know exactly how things come across.
Yeah. It was done intentionally, and it is. And it's unfortunate because even though Rihanna is a bigger star than him, doesn't matter. Rihanna should then be able to then submit or say, well, let's take a different photo.
Right.
Maybe the child is in the middle. They're both holding their hand, and then they're coming off the beach out of the water. Something like that, right?
And this is not on A$AP and them.
No.
Because if I was getting a photo and it was like, post here, post, I'm just
You're just following
directions. So
right.
it's like,
It has nothing to do with him.
yeah.
It's more about how the optics. It's more about the optics of it and with the message that it's putting out there. Because also what just recently happened was with what's his name, Jonathan Mayers, the guy who's
John Mayer? Or
not the singer.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry. I don't know.
He stars in Ant-Man. He's the villain in Ant-Man, and he's also in Creed with Michael B. Jordan.
He's the other guy.
Yeah, the other guy in
fighter.
Creed.
Okay.
And he recently had a magazine shoot for Ebony, and he's in like all pink, and he is in like these like long boots, and he's actually in a coat that looks like Doflamingo's jacket, from One Piece or whatever.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I didn't know that was him.
Yeah, that was him. And then also this like there's roses. He's like taking pictures with roses and all this stuff. And they were also saying how that's a very emasculating thing that they're doing for him.
Especially him.
Yeah.
It was extremely feminine.
Yeah, it was really
Like,
feminine.
I mean, people just like,
feminine.
I don't see anything wrong with this code. I don't see because you guys are all feminine. Not just the men, but women, of course. They think, oh, we still men. Like, y'all don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, this is it's an extremely feminine picture. And the fact that this guy is in Ant-Man and Creed, and they're coming out at the same time.
Yeah.
This man is working.
Yeah.
Like he's big.
Yeah.
So to use him,
And he's such a masculine figure.
right?
You know what I'm saying?
That's like them doing that. If they did that to what's his name, M'Baku.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like if they did that to him, it's just like, bro, why do y'all do this? And then not just and it sucks because I want to say to the men, why do y'all let them? But then
that's not a fair question.
I that's why I had to say it like that because
But you don't think that in his particular, it was just him. You don't think that he has a say in how the photo is going to go?
I think you can say I'm not doing this.
I
shoot.
think you guys need to understand that they have contracts.
That's yeah.
And so he can say no, but there's ramifications for that.
But it was on an Ebony magazine, which is a black magazine.
This is on Ebony.
Right? Which
but-
is a black magazine.
What is that? I'm confused. What does that mean?
No, I'm just saying, like, why would you have
Our
him
own people are-
so feminine in a black owned magazine?
Oh, is it black owned and controlled?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I know BET isn't.
Okay.
So I don't know.
So
You know what? I think that Ebony at one time was.
Of course it was
but
at one
it's-
time.
But at this point, it's probably not.
Of course it was at one time. Everything was owned by us at one time.
So with the Rihanna thing in mind, and also the Jonathan Mayers thing in mind, what do you all think is emasculate? What do you all think that women do in relationships in general that emasculates men? Because there's I did a couple researches as far as like what is the norm, and also from personal experiences. So like if you're in a relationship with a woman and they give advice that's unwarranted, that's considered emasculating. And also if you compare an ex with you, if your girlfriend compares you with her ex, that is very emasculating.
It is.
And I thought about that. I was just like, nigga, I had that happen to me. And I was just like, I want to square up. Like, what's good? What are we talking about here? Like, so, because a lot of times women, they're not, like you said previously, they're not even aware of their behavior. They just do it because they're in their masculine roles.
Correct.
You know, so a lot of times women, they get repercussions or they get drawbacks and negative energy from men because of their behaviors, but they're unaware of it.
That's correct. And this is why men need to stop worrying about this. Like, I mean, for real, like, I get it. And I don't like talking like that, but for real, like, you can bleep that out, maybe. You know what I mean? Or maybe leave it in there. But stop worrying about it, bro. Like, we need, there's so many men that are just out here, you know, maybe they don't get none, and they want to, so they just allow a woman to do whatever she wants, hoping they can just get some cheeks, right? Or in general, right? Or men just want the cheeks they can get, and they don't care to build a woman up or yada yada. It's not their job. I get it, but we gotta start telling them what it is. Yeah. Like, we have to start telling them in the moment so that they can see their errors and their flaws. Now, granted, I mean, this is a tall task. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, it kind of seems like it's not even worth it as a whole. But just overall, I think that to answer your question, I think that without giving a bunch of specifics about what kind of actions emasculate men, because I think you gave a couple good ones plus mine that I gave earlier. I think that what's happening is that women in general are acting or becoming the men that they want to be, right? So they know that what they want. They know what they want in men. They want a man that makes money. They want him to, you know, have multiple degrees. They want him to, you know, to yada yada, run the gambit, right? They want him to own businesses. They want him to have free time. They want him blah 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 blah, right? So they just become what they want. And then, but conversely, right? Then that's not what men want. So then you basically have all these feminine men, and then these masculine women. They're playing roles that they shouldn't play, right? Kind of going back to what Chris said about football and how, you know, if you have a safety that's playing the role of a linebacker, it's not going to work, right? Yeah. So it's the same situation. So I believe that if women were to take a look at themselves and be a little accountable and say, maybe I'm not doing the things that I think that I should be doing, right? If I'm not getting outcomes with men, if women are not getting the outcomes with men that they want, instead of blaming the men, right? And I'm not saying that men don't they're not to blame here. I'm not saying that. But instead of blaming the men, you can't change all men, but you can change you. And you can change you to attract what you want, right? So look at yourself, and if you're not getting the outcomes that you want, then look at your behaviors and say, well, what am I doing, right? Am I actually a feminine woman? And most of the time they will say, no, I'm not. But then they give the excuse of, well, I'm forced to be masculine. No, you're not, right? So we
should probably start a coaching service for women to teach them.
I'm not doing how
to be.
I'm not doing.
We
that.
should teach them how to get an attractive man.
What do you think? We just gonna sit there and battle all day?
All we gotta do is download Kevin Samuel's videos,
right?
Watch
and just upload. We're gonna just. So all you gonna do is battle all day.
The first month of the coaching is like the breaking down. We gotta break
chaos.
It's all chaos. We're breaking down, and then we start. And then once you're in pieces and stuff, then we start building you back up.
I mean, then we get them to the final level. We'll get them to top G.
Yeah. Oh my God. The
Clearly,
inbox.
I would never want to do that in real life. But I'm just thinking about it. I was just thinking about it. Like, we could actually coach a woman, because obviously we're the men they want, right? So we could coach women into understanding. And fortunately, all my experiences aren't all bad, even though you want to highlight the bad ones. You know what I'm saying? I got some pretty.
I want to hear about the good experiences. We like violence, drama, right?
Yeah.
We don't talk about.
We won't negative.
I have great experiences with women where they're extremely feminine. They know they know how to manipulate conversations and interactions with me specifically to get the outcomes that they want, to make sure that I'm supported in the way that I need to be supported in that moment. It's like it's too okay. I'm the man that you might want, so I could teach you. But also, I have experience with women because I don't know how to be a feminine woman. I learned that from being with and around feminine women. I didn't know how to handle me until someone did it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I was just thinking about it. I thought it was funny.
So in relationships, well, you ever been in like a scenario where a woman has emasculated you?
I'm sure there have. I'd have to think deep. I've never thought about that. Honestly. Like, when have I felt emasculated?
I experience it mostly when women try to give me like advice. So you had mentioned that earlier. When women, if we're having a discussion or whatever the case may be, and it's not just giving me advice; it's how they do it. Mm-hmm. You know, when it's
condescending almost.
When they talk down, that is definitely emasculating.
Yeah, for sure. Talking down is definitely, and that's not what I'm talking about. It's not that overt, but it's like, it's kind of like
they've done it. Here's what you should do.
Right, kind of like that.
Like. Yeah. I had a friend, and shout out to my friend.
You got a lot of friends, man.
No, she's
you a little friendly.
I mean, she's a friend. She's a real friend.
Okay.
And
she's a real friend. Okay.
I mean, the other one was a
real friend.
The other one was a friend too.
Okay. All right.
Okay. What do you want me? I mean,
hey, whatever you want, man. You have all the friends you want, man. You should open a restaurant called Friendly.
You're stupid.
Wow, for real, man.
But we were having a conversation, and she was telling me about like one of her situations, and then I was telling her something personal, which I can't get deep into my side. Well, I could, but anyway, I was saying that basically when I as a father, right. So there's no, my daughter is not my biological daughter, right? Everyone knows that. It's not a big thing. But I was like, I'm concerned that one day we're going to have this conversation, and it's going to be a tough situation, right? Even if it's not tough for her, right? It's going to be tough for me, just for whatever reason. I'm just afraid of how she may respond, and hopefully she'll respond like, okay, I don't care. But I don't think that it's not just going to be that simple. Anyway, I told her that I was going to be, I was nervous about it. When it happens, it happens. And she was like, oh, well, I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but, I think that you should definitely tell her sooner than later. Like, da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, I said, well, here's the thing. I said, number one, I don't think that that's my position it's not my job to even tell her. I said, I don't know this man. Never met him. Have no idea who he is. And I didn't lay down with him and make a kid. So why would I tell him? And then she just was like, wow, you're right. Like that was the worst advice ever. Like, it's not your job to tell her, or, to tell your daughter. Like, that's her mom's job, right? That's not your job. You're just there as the person that would be like, yeah, I'm here for you, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, yeah. And then she's like, she was like, I felt so bad, like, telling you that. And she was like, I'm thinking, because I'm a woman, tell my daughter as soon as possible, right? That's going to be a good thing. Sooner the better. Which I don't necessarily disagree with. I don't know what's better, but I know it's not my job.
I think sooner is better.
Oh yeah, not wait until she's 16 or something. But I said
it's not going to make a huge difference. Right. I'll say that because I've talked to plenty of women that's like, my dad's my dad. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
in my head, it's going to be around 12 or 13. That's just what I've always thought. And, because even now it's like, we don't have the same last name. When are you going to question that? You know what I'm saying? So
when do kids get into the rebellious stage?
I mean, they're already in it. I mean,
probably already 9.
Yeah.
Girls and boys are probably different.
I got to my rebellious stage when I was about 15, 16.
Yeah, girls are earlier.
Girls are earlier.
Yeah. But it was just, to your piece, it's like, that's bad advice. Like, women don't give good advice. Now, not all of them. And
wow. Clean it up.
Not saying that all of them don't give good advice, right? But let me say this: in my world, I don't have, and you can say, well, Steve, you just need better women in your life. Okay, but typically the advice that women are giving, they don't necessarily particularly look at it from the point of view of me.
Right.
Or
Or man.
It's based in
Right?
emotion.
It's emotional advice based upon their perception. So in this scenario, that's exactly what she did. She gave me advice based upon what she would do, but it's like, I'm a man and I'm not in your situation. Yeah. So it's the same thing. This is highlighted in this, but it's the same thing when we talk about relationship advice. So women will give men relationship advice based upon what they would do from their perspective, but they're also women, right? And they're not men. So it's like I think that in general, right? Like,
Stay in your lane is really what.
Right. Like, I'm not saying that women can't give men advice and vice versa, but when giving advice, you have to look at it, especially when you're talking about interpersonal relationships, from that person's point of view, right? It's not just advice on how to fix a computer. It's the same for everybody. But if you're talking about a relationship, or you're talking about a job, or, where someone has a family to care for or something, or you're a man, you can't just say, man, quit that job, you'll find another one. I can't. I got 2 kids. Like, I got to pay for this house. I got it right. And people will give them advice like, oh, just go find another job. Like, it's not that. It's it's not that simple.
Yeah. It's that stability.
Right.
All right. Well, this was a good conversation.
I thought so too.
I think it's
I
good.
don't get advice from women.
Invites or advice?
Advice.
Usually it's unsolicited.
Which is, they say what unsolicited advice is. Criticism.
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
Really? Unsolicited advice is criticism. Think about it.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't ask you for this. You just gave it to me. You're criticizing me.
Yeah. That's a no. But I just find it interesting. I was just thinking, I don't ask women for advice. What advice is a woman going to give me, really? And that sounds bad.
It does.
That sounds bad. Oh,
Yeah.
it's misogynistic.
Clean it up.
Now, that's not to say that I don't get advice from women, but it's not like personal advice.
Right.
It's like, hey, what do you think? These colors, how do these colors go together?
There you go.
Like, there's certain things you get advice from
But
women
something you ask for.
Yeah,
Right.
It's certain things though. It's not like, yo, I'm me and my boys, my brother, we got in a fight. Like, what should I do? Like, I'm not going to a woman for that.
You should write him a letter. Email him.
Yeah, that's just so, I don't know.
Or I posted when I made those ginger shots, right? And I posted a video. I already knew when I posted it, I was going to have people be like, oh, you should add this, add that, add this. Like, bro, you can do ginger shots all kind of ways, right? Anytime now, 2023, anytime that you have turmeric, you got to add black pepper, right? Because they found out how to combine those 2 foods, and black pepper helps it become more bioavailable. So, but there's so many different things you combine that way, and nobody talks about it. It's just that they found something about wellness, right? So I made these ginger shots, and I didn't add black pepper because I don't eat black pepper, right? I'll use cayenne. But they just got all these comments. Oh, I like to do mine with black pepper. You should add black pepper. Like, bro, do you see how much ginger is in here? It's already hot. Right? I don't need the black pepper. The turmeric is just an addition. I don't need to just keep adding all this stuff. Because when you start adding all these things, you got to remember it goes into our body, and then it needs to be processed. You start adding all these other stuff and you think you just mix a whole bunch of stuff together. No, the simpler it is, the better. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't ask you guys for this. I'm not an idiot. Like, I didn't add black pepper to it for a reason. So it's just like it's criticism. They think they're giving advice, but what they're doing is they're criticizing you, saying, well, you should have done this. Like, no, it was intentional. So.
Live your life with intention.
Free Andrew Tate. Free
Tristan.
Free Top G's,
Top
man.
G, man.
Free the Top
I was
G.
thinking about them last night. I'm like, Lo, let me see if there's any update information or anything, because this is wild, man.
Yeah, I think they got another 30 days or something like that.
Wait, they just got another 30 days?
Yeah.
What?
They got an interview with, it's called TK or something. I'm listening to it right now. It has Fresh and Fit, Sneeko, the dude that's in his real world.
Bro, they just got another 30 days, Mel?
Yeah. They're probably going to push it up into like...
Clearly, they're going to hold him for as long as possible now.
180 days, possibly.
That's 6 months.
Hey, man.
Bro, that's insane, man.
Free the Top G. Free Andrew Tate. Free Tristan Tate.
Bro, they are punishing them hard.
For unnecessary.
It's crazy.
This is literally like we're not gonna kill you, but you need to stop. Like this is
Silencing.
you need to stop. We will lock you up. Stop. This is insane.
Make sure y'all subscribe, like this video. And Chris James is here. Well, he was here because we about to leave. Stephen Michael here. I am Animated Mel, and we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.